Race day dawns and the team rouse themselves early. Everything that can be prepared has been, and now all that waits is a last breakfast and the trip down to Ocean Village. It's an emotional time for many as they walk to the boats knowing that they won't touch dry land again until they reach Boston. The first leg to Boston covers over 3,000 miles and crosses the Grand Banks, made infamous for its killer waves in the film The Perfect Storm. Despite their drilling and practicing, the start is a slow affair, and Flatron makes an inconspicuous start, crossing the line mid-fleet. No one makes great progress in the light winds, and it becomes quickly apparent that a speedy farewell to Southampton is unlikely. The day wears on, and as the temperatures rise it becomes increasingly a repeat of the start of the pre-sail training as eyes turn to the clocks and tide tables. It fast becomes a probability that if the boats don't break out of the channel past the Needles, some more ignominious anchoring up will be required. Not quite the picture imagined when everyone thought of the start to the world's toughest yacht race.
Go! Bye!
Finally, all the trimming and hard work starts to pay off as the boats creep towards the end of the channel. The spectators have been waiting for hours to see the boats at the furthest viewpoint on land, Hurst Castle. In an effort to reduce the effect of the rapidly turning tide, Flatron opts to push close inshore to miss the worst of the current. The wind starts to fill in, and the friends and family still waiting get a grandstand view of the boat as it picks up speed under its lightest spinnaker and heads for the open water. Flatron break out in third place, and after the slightly surreal day's sailing, the voyage begins in earnest.
After the Needles ready, things settled down through into the first evening, and we made a conscious decision to start looking to the more southerly route. It seemed like the boats that were going to be inshore were going to lose the breeze in the evening, so we continued south while some boats sailed a more free course, and that effectively put us into the front. We got to Land's End, which was really our first race. We weren't wanting to be first out of the Needles, but we wanted to get to Land's End as the first boat.
I don't know what's happened to the milk powder. It looks like we're about to start 17 days without any milk. We've got a milk bottle.
You got a milk bottle?
But it's got grapefruit juice in it. And what I've done is I've split the chicken, the peas and the ham between 2 pans, one for each wash. And now I'm going to hydrate them.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amanda. Happy birthday to you.
Rosie Probert, what seas were rocking, my little deckhand, my favourite husband, in your sea boots and hunger, my duck, my whaler, my honey, my daddy, my pretty sugar sailor. With my name on your belly, when you were a boy, long, long ago, Captain Cat, I'll tell you no lies, the only sea I saw was the seesaw sea, with you riding on it. Lie down, lie easy, let me shipwreck in your thighs.
Oh my god! Oh my god! The hand has got her!
Life on the watch system gives a rhythm to the days, but a constant is the visit to the Fowley locker at the start and end of each watch. After a short period it develops a smell that will never be forgotten, and new skills must be developed for coping with life at 25 degrees. It's not only climbing into the Fowley locker that poses problems, moving anywhere below decks becomes a trip to the jungle gym.
This is the first one I've managed to get around to, because to be honest I haven't really felt up to it, because every time I'm off watch I really would rather be in my bunk like now.
Why are you only dressed in your underwear?
Because it's quite warm down here and the girls like it.
The crew push their new home hard and hold first place across the Atlantic. But just a couple of days away from claiming line honours, disaster strikes on the foredeck.
And what's happened here is the pole's been released and it's hit the forestay and snapped. Now we're only 36 hours away from Boston, but there's a good chance we might need to do some jibes. And so what we're doing at the moment is we've just taken this piece, cut it off, and we're going to put the end back in and make up a new shorter spinnaker pole.
After further frustration, on a beautiful starlit night, Flatron sails into a windhole and watches Quadstone and BP sail past them only 20 miles away. They all race hard for the line in Boston to secure their first podium position. Having led the fleet for so long, it was with mixed emotions that the crew took third place. But it demonstrated what they could achieve as a team and hardened their resolve to make their mark on this race. And in the meantime, there were crewmates to say farewell to and new members of the Flatron family to welcome, as the leggers changed around and Dr. Bob called an early halt to his participation. As part of a team-building exercise, a trip was organised to go kayaking in the area with the world's largest permanent population of great white sharks, and then an introduction to one of Britain's greatest exploits. And as they played on the beach, all the crew knew that the next test was not far away.